can this Trundle like get pro Xiaohao off his game at all? If you let the Wukong scale farm for free, I think the level 6 for him, it's so scary to be Talia mid and play into this. They just said, "What's up, Dragon? Here's like 1,200 true damage
off rip, just
off
right
the rip."
Start. Yeah.
Yeah. What a Chad move.
Oh boy. All right. Well, this is what we talked about though. That Zika's gonna have a much rougher time trying to even farm, and that wave state is. Ooh, yeah. So Zika is gonna be homeless for at least a couple rotations of minions.
Yeah. I mean, I think part of why you end up swapping out is because you do know that that dragon's not yours.
Here, maybe you could. It allows you to set up those wards a bit earlier. Weaver's Wall coming down here as both mid laners have kind of overstayed their welcome. Angel going to dodge the seismic jump. Flash forward with Xiaofeng, but Andy matches it perfectly. The Cyclone knockup comes up. It's knockup city onto Xiaofeng as Palkia swings in. Stun lands, staff down, and first blood over to EDG.
I don't agree with that take from Hai Chao. I think that using the resources, so he picked up a fruit in the river, so he had the resources to actually make the play afterwards. Third being able to be taken as long as Corky rotates up.
Still a Krug take coming across for Xiaohao. Does burn his flash and ult, so doesn't have as much proactivity. Same though for Xiaofeng, and no, it's going to be a reset coming out from the EDG jungler. So
okay.
Mid play definitely hurts, stung to even kind of watch, but hey, 3 grubs on the Gwen Trundle comp. But, you know, the good way to deny the proactivity this comp comes out from EDG is trying to spread the map, or just running down Angel after he drops his stun way too early. Difference does come out in the second rotation. Palkia trying to get there as close as possible. Dawing Shadow for the extra damage and the extra shield, but Angel will survive. There's just not enough damage behind this Gwen just yet. EDG are prepared for another play on the map compared to LNG.
It looks like LNG kind of planning to already sack this Drake, as they at least showed some pressure on the top side, and love this path that EDG is taking as Xiaohao and Palkia just cruising together to try and secure this crab. Also link up with On. We might have a skirmish coming. Hai Chao is here first.
Comes down. Here's the Weaver's Wall to give LNG a bit of a man advantage, but Shuo is going to die very early on, and On is going to secure that one. Xiaofeng trying to run down. The Wukong will find that trade, but watch EDC on the back of this fight as Palkia flashes out between worlds, gets dropped through, and all of LNG are stuck in the meat grinder. The Corky Aurora damage blasts all of LNG way away from this river. Early gold leads, and like you called out with Palkia, creating all this space.
Watch this flash. Oh, okay, we're not going to see it. He broke vision, he got out.
There's a good flash.
Still off for Gwen.
Oh, still not. Yep, all right, so the needlework gets the job done. Good pick there for LNG.
Again, though, LNG, for me, they were showing power in that top side because they wanted to drop the dragon, get some plates. As, oh boy, we actually have a missed kill. Okay. Red buff. Xiaofeng, I don't know what he's doing there when 3 people just showed top. And I thought the plan was to give Drake, and it still looks like the plan, but Xiaohao skipped over that to go for the red buff, and rightfully so, found the Trundle along with it.
Whoa, okay, On.
And now
that
On.
Was a terrible Valkyrie, and he has to flash, but the Braum stun is still going to come through. This fish won't have enough damage because point is on. Glacial Fissure has to come out. Extra damage, extra defensiveness, and a miscue from the Edward Gaming AD carry.
And On,
you know,
yeah, On following suit. A little banana combo with the Valkyrie and then in and then the flash out, you know. It's always a good one. Got a root.
Flash.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, good root. All right, so doesn't have to burn the flash. There's a, all right, good clicks there, Fishmon, in your 4th game of your LPL career.
Over the vision that he has with both control boards that are down for EDG. He just shifted his from bot to mid to make sure that they connect with the Corky and can still play the Rift Herald because you want to go through mid to try and play this Rift Herald. So again, some of the small things being done very well from our young player in Palkia. Does have 100% KP along with Xiaohao. This is a little much though.
They were throwing a facade up. Scuttle is down. EDG are just taking this Herald in. LNG have no sort of response.
I love it. EDG, again, I think strong, showing strength with both the champions and the inventories. LNG going to recognize that. I think that's the right call for them. Those are still very scary as it shreds your resistances, but that objective is still very OP.
Flash forward for Palkia. Hits the 2-man knockup. Fish1 gets the shield to get back out. Dawning Shadow comes across. But here comes an aggressive Herald. Might not just be going for the turret, but Palkia will knock it down. Playmaking out of this youngster. Continuing to be on display in it.
Play, taking the Herald like that, and even threatening like, hey, I can go around this turret. We can still take it. And we can still make a play because I have ult up. Like, there's a reason where a lot of us are excited about this young player. And it's not like Weibo with Erha last split. I know that Palkia is still kind of being protected by Group Nirvana. Like, we haven't seen him really that completed, as well as levels for EDG. I don't think this is a fight that LNG wants to take, and
no.
they don't really have the tools to do so, because all their comp does is just receive. The only way to be proactive is to use this tool, the Talia wall. So be proactive to try and take the mid-outer turret. Going to give the Dragon. I do think that's the right call, but there's no way they have enough control to try and rip this Otacon.
You know what's the scariest thing for so many people? Darkness, and that's exactly what LNG are walking their way into. An Angel over the wall to drop Timbers on to Xiaofeng, who burns the flash, subjugate, tries to run his way out. He's got a ton of shields and healing coming through. As a big flick back does land on On. Great job from Haichao. Between Worlds gets dropped for CDC. Gonna try and separate the fight. Push Haichao away from his Gwen. He gets knocked over the wall. Haichao is nowhere to run. Timbers is up to get him down. Aurora as well. EDG, despite losing their early carry, ushering them out of the jungle spot that you need those damage dealers to provide value for your LNG.
That controls, control ward 4 going on.
That pillar is completely locking Palkia up, but of course the youngster just glides around all the sides. But Jove, some of the backside, Haichao is eating a full combo from Timbers. Zika teleports in a bit late. Palkia down about half HP, but holds on to the Unbreakable Will as Between Worlds gets dropped down with a set of snare, locks up ZDC in place. Palkia goes all in to try and save his top laner. He's going to pay the price, but On finds the trade. In with the Cyclone is Xiaohao, and boy,
so
he just
big.
deletes Fish One. That squishy Skenna just gets obliterated. And that's it. That one kill opens EDG back up to a Chemtech Soul at 27 minutes.
The Wukong's so big, and I know that Palkia goes down in the engage, but again, him saving his ultimate opens up the re-engage later on. Only reason that re-engage wasn't bigger was a sneaky Unraveled Earth dropped by Haichao, which I think that Gwen TP has been used pretty liberally. Had a lot of opportunities for the Gwen to actually apply split push pressure.
It feels like it's too late again. They just got vision on it. Xiaofeng can't get in. The Timbers once again whiff, but hey, we call those zoning ults in this business, and it's zoned Xiaofeng off the Otacon that's secured by Edward Gaming.
They're kind of making LNG look like I mean, in my story, Haichao is the Wicked Witch of the West, so you know. Yeah, it's fine. If not yet reached a break point where we're very happy against EDG.
I think you got to be bold though at this point, because you will just get chunked down to death, but you also can just get wrapped to death here as Angel once again takes a ton of early action. Zika with the needlework is going to jump on top of Angel when a clutch stun comes across. Zika will finally knock down Angel, who wasn't be for the rest of the fight on the backside, because Xiaohao is once again just running amok with this Cyclone. Haichao going to flash over the wall, but there's nowhere to hide from Xiaohao, who picks up his 6th kill of the game, and he's eyeing a 7th. As Xiaofeng will not be able to run away from the wrap. The trickster over the wall, the dash to come down soon. Doesn't even need it. He baps him with the staff from halfway across the lane.
A ton of damage got pumped out in that fight by On, too, on the back half, as Zika did his damnedest to try and deal with the back line, ended up taking down one with him, and I think he played that fight out pretty well, but LNG, we talked about it in the draft, a real lack of proactivity from this comp. The only proactive tool they have is the Weaver's Wall from Haichao. And that Baron start, it's a proactive move you can do to try and draw the enemy team into you, but the response to it wasn't good.
No, he just used that for the Baron.
Oh, okay.
But Angel finally lands the Timbers in. There we go. Xiaofeng is down. Elder, a dream that LNG might just get turned into a nightmare as the team fight breaks out onto Xiaohao, who On does end up deleting. Meat potatoes everything for EDG. As there goes the Elder, and yeah, I think ZDZ wants to see if he can one-shot the Senna with Between World. He's going to go under the turret. Does miss the Q, though, but it doesn't matter, because Angel, he doesn't need to miss his Q. It's point and click, point and flash for ZDZ. Zhuo is down. Baron, Elder, on all 5 members of EDG. Here comes the march into the enemy base to lock up their 11th straight game win in a row.
Can we, Can we nerf Aurora passive? That's I'm gonna use the last parts of the game for that one.
That's a good notion.
I think it's a good note. Yeah, I think it's time that we take this champ down a peg. Meanwhile, though, EDG gonna take LNG down yet another peg, as the team that has yet to drop a map here in Group Nirvana gonna take care of the team that's yet to win a series in Group Nirvana for this game 1.
The perfect run in Group Nirvana, capped off with a couple bellows of a blue flame. As they will take our lead 1-0 against LNG, eyeing a perfect first round robin start.
Not to mention the steadfast presence, the interaction with Pantheon where he stalls in place. And for me, it's important whenever you draft Pantheon, you have to be able to win the front line. So I will give LNG some credit. I think the Renekton pairing and the Rel pairing with that.
They're really trying to knock Xiaofeng out of his tempo.
Yeah, this has been a very heavy investment from EDG. I mean, Xiao is going to be down 2 camps by the end of this, depending on whether or not he's able to secure this. Smite was not used by Xiaofeng on the Krugs too, so clever. TP coming in.
Xiao is TPing behind. The reset coming through there, but EDG are really sacking a lot for this red buff. First blood goes over to Xiaofeng, traded out by Xiao Hao. Haichao's trying to rush down from the top, from the mid lane as the cleanse comes across. Fish one, able to get one kill as the AD carries go back and forth, but Haichao's teleport is going to give feats of warfare and the fight win to LNG. And guess who survives? Gubby through all of it.
Auto and, you know, keep on getting through a support. There's a chance that Zhuo falls to this in there too.
Ooh, good cleanse from On to sidestep the deadly flourish. And now Palkia has the wrap with Xiao Hao here. And we're back to the early game mania. Ooh. The alcove gonna send Zhuo packing soon. No flash, no summoners. Good deadly flourish, but the fleet of arrows comes down from On, and just like that, the kills are equalized. Work their way back towards that dragon. A couple of pings coming down towards Haichao. Trying to pull a dive target, but good play on him to realize, hey, my jungler and support are top side looking to make their own play.
Yeah, really well played by ZDZ there, as was able to use the unstoppables, plural, in order to survive. I thought that once he got caught by that Panth stun in the back half of his first W, instead, just given the fog, couldn't react to the Panth W, but has laid another trap. LNG's aware.
Jumps lightning from Xiao Hao. On to swing over, but it's actually going to be the engagement out here from LNG with the current call behind. Haichao Shockwave going to find the kill. Both supports traded out. Pressing Gar to make sure no more damage comes across from that current call, and we handshake, dropping our supports.
Give away to LNG and continue to scale. I think you're okay getting Roa stacks, tier stacks, and hoping to get to 2 items before you really pull the trigger, because the Pantheon Renekton still scares me a lot. I don't think EDG's top side can really deal with that yet, for the lead that Xiaofeng has, and looks like EDG kind of agrees.
You add in the fact that Fish 1 goes for the Ogre's Rush too, so that early game extra damage we always talk about with the Varus in those lethality builds, also going to be matched by Fish 1.
LNG once given no shockwave. Going to bring the victor in, and a Herald fight it is. So keep your eyes out for this Renekton Pantheon. I think the front line needs to win. They still should be stronger right now. This poke from Varus is really starting to add up. I love how EDG is playing this.
Chance of corruption. Xiaofeng going to have to burn the E. They're trying to force him out of the pit, but he still smites away the Herald. Keeper's Verdict does knock the AD carry out, and that means that Zhuo goes down. So EDG, they're going to be able to deny the eye, and LNG actually come away with nothing. We need to be punishing this Victor constantly if we're indexing this much into the mid game. They're going to catch Palkia, just trouncing around for some vision. He's 1v3 right now. It's taking a hot minute to find the kill, and Xiaofeng will grab that. So Palkia, classic rookie mistake there, I would say.
Make whatever play you want, however fast you want it. I've seen Xiaofeng do a couple of good things, but going to have to do more.
Nice little death brush, but ZDZ just tanky enough. At least it's going to allow them to grab this first brick. They don't actually need it, though, to get feats of strength. They already had it. Oh, okay. Palkia using the turret against Fishman, but a good flash cleanse. Gets him out. Curtain call turn. Not going to be able to kill off Palkia as long as On blocks for him. Got a little dicey at the end. Whoa! Hello? Don't know how he ended up without his crash out, and his flash, and his ignite, and his health bar. There he goes. Xiao Hao finds that pickup. Haichao here off to the side has the shockwave if he wants to look for it. All right.
ZDZ's dead for Dragon.
Yep. Let's see how long he lasts.
Is it worth it?
No. Okay, he pulls a 1v1. Shockwave still follows the Renekton. Able to use the stun. All out for ZDZ. Means he's going all the way back to Fountain, but kind of like the trade EDG get here.
I'll take Dragon. I'll take Roa completed on Victor and free farm and a turret.
Yeah.
I do not think that burning 3 ults to kill a Cassante and a TP and Grand Starfall to lose Dragon and an outer turret.
AP.
It's a void. Yeah. He's going to go Pen so that he'll have Pen for when it's needed. Is Palkia flash for flash again.
Steadfast Presence does cancel out the stun from Xiaofeng because Keeper Verdict both engaging members off of him, but he's going to be eating some curtain call bullets. Sidesteps the last 2, but Haichao teleports in, secures the kill to Palkia, who is starting to get punished for some of his over-aggressive positions. They didn't reset it.
They need to pull it. Pantheon's too low. You pull this for sure.
Yep. Watch on the side and continue to dole out tons of damage to the poke as Angel is here as well. But the Shockwave lands on the 2 on is down. Chow makes the play happen. All out comes out from CDC and pulls Ro away. Xiaohao is using the Crescent Guard to buy himself a lot of space. The Otacon has still yet to reset as the re-engage comes across on his ZZ, but he flashes back towards his turret. Zika takes a TP shot to the face. Is Angel going to drop the Arcane Storm to force Xiaofeng away from the Otacon? Great use of the Victor ultimate to secure Otacon for EDG. Palkia trying to give chase. Xiaohao has a full HP bar, but the wind becomes light and going to go wide. And LNG are not going to pay any bigger of a price.
He already has been. As Empowered Crab secured, Vision wiped, and EDG going to look at this dragon.
There they go. Started it on up. You're going to draw it out of the pit as well. Keep in mind, in your picture-in-picture, Zika is knocking onto a tier 2 turret. So EDG are under pressure. They got to make up their mind. He's going to try and make sure the turret gets low enough. TP into the middle of EDG. This is a pretty outrageous TP to go for. He's going to eat the Graviton well immediately. The dominance from Nectin gets 0 value. The Shockwave hits on the 3 members, but Xiaohao protects him with the Crescent Guard. They re-engage on the Xiaofeng, who jumps into the back line. It's pandemonium. Complete disconnect there from LNG. The exact problems we've highlighted for this team sting them in this Dragon take.
Go to mention the fact that Zika TP to his death at that angle. I think part of it just being that the angle they took, again, the carries couldn't join. And LNG went from a game where they did nothing and lost to a game where they had to be proactive in order to win, and they have done nothing again.
Very little. Yeah, I'm curious to see this replay back because I still think if that TP's fine from Zika, if you Pantheon
no way it's fine, though.
Milky Way, your Kit Kats, and your Twixies. I mean, that's just the reality of this firm LNG.
I mean, they do share the colors of Almond Joy as well.
I don't think there's any pink in Almond Joy, is there? Or are you just saying the blue?
Oh, the blue-white for sure.
I
think there's a heralded, no? Isn't there like a red?
I don't know. I despise
I mean, close enough.
I don't think I've eaten one in a
I
decade.
despise Almond Joys, too.
I think LNG are going to have to deal with all their outer turrets going bye-bye.
I think we're only going to see one more Grand Starfall cast in this one.
Yep.
And it's going to be the final fight for EDG.
We might not even see it. I think he might just have to.
No, we're going to see it. I have enough confidence in LNG. We're at least going to see another Pantheon all cast.
Oh,
yeah, here we go. Is this it?
And, hey,
oh, they caught on.
It catches on. And
okay, it's good. We're going to see two. We're going to see at least one more Grand Starfall. At least one more. And you have already eaten enough Varus poke where this is bad, but it's only going to get worse with the Varus and the Victor lasers coming out. At least don't make it worse enough where Palkia is going to be there too. Zika has had a nice angle to kind of flank their way in. EDG is looking for him.
It's a double flank. They're double wrapping this burrito here. Low comes through first, crash down onto 2 members. Immediate Zanya's out from Angel, and Zika gets punted. That's a clutch keeper's verdict coming across from Palkia again. And it's just kind of hard to watch. LNG are getting run over by a 16-wheeler known as
where was
EDG.
Panth, man? Panth is just like sitting there waiting there for his team to lose. At least flash in and follow up with a pincer, man. I want to replay just to see if Xiaofeng was even able to get in there.
Feels like this late game is going to be slow and painful to watch.
Yeah, you're going to get Ocean Soul. You don't have nearly enough damage to deal with Ocean Soul. We're just going to see Xiaohao probably walk forward with impunity. Yep.
Watch, here comes Crescent Guard. Oh, there goes all your damage, and now I get to select Chow. Shockwave does land within the Crescent Guard, but doesn't matter. There's the healing
through. Ocean Soul.
And it's just too much healing, too much damage.
GG.
Too much slow pace. Another canceled Grand Starfall out of Xiaofeng, whose GA is just delaying the inevitable. Baron not going to be needed. Kill's not going to be granted over to Zika. EDG 5-0 through their first round robin in Group Nirvana. 10-0 in games. The perfect run in Group Nirvana is halfway completed.
Yeah, and the imperfect run for LNG is also almost halfway completed, as they only managed to take 2 games. They won 2 game ones in their first half of Group Nirvana, but it has been a little bit grim in the LNG camp all year. Doesn't feel like Fish 1 or the changes they made have been the answer. It's going to be LNG likely taking that early exit and not making it to playoffs unless they can change things around for the second round robin. But man, for EDG, the good news continues.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.